Oregon Deaf-Blind Project just learned that the federal government of education will not pay out the last 3 years of a grant designed to help school districts and families who keep students who are deaf or blind in the classroom.
Foxville's Spencer Shaw sat down with one local family with a deaf and blind child. Spencer, can you tell us what kind of impact this funding cut will have?
Yeah, Pete, Nora, they are already seeing impacts. The Oregon Deaf-Blind Project was planning a family retreat for families with deaf-blind students next month, but because of this funding cut, they had to cancel that retreat. And now the families I talked to today say if this funding is not restored, it will have a devastating impact on all areas of their life, not just the classroom. Meet Audra Leiden and her daughter Elise.
She was born with deaf blindness as well as other multiple disabilities and medical needs. And we've kept her in the home, which is our goal. So she's doing well.
Leiden says one of the main reasons her daughter is thriving is because of the Oregon Deaf-Blind Project.
And it really has been so life-changing. This was how I learned how to communicate with my daughter, what was possible for her, how to bring her environment to her. And then in turn, really what happens with families is we end up training the people that then end up providing services to us. The Deaf-Blind Project for me taught me that and also gave me community with other families, and we learn the best from each other.
But that community could be taken away from her. On Friday, the Trump administration sent this letter to the Oregon Deaf-Blind Project, saying they will not pay out the rest of their grant.
When I found out, I just was like, oh, I was so disappointed and it's just heartbreaking. I mean, our kids already fall through the cracks. They just do. And so to take away like the little bit of sort of connection to community that they have is just hard.
Over at the Oregon Deaf-Blind Project, Senior Director of Services Lisa McConaughey says the reason they were told their grant could be canceled was the same reason they got the grant in the first place.
In 2023, it was under the Biden administration. Part of the requirements of the grant was to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The letter reads, a review determined that the grant specified above provides funding for a program that reflects the prior administration's priorities and policy preferences and conflicts with those of the current administration.
There's no discrimination in disability. It doesn't matter your race, your culture, your country, your socioeconomic status, right? It affects all of us.
The Oregon Deaf-Blind Project serves more than 100 families all across the state. And parents like Leiden say without the advocacy work done by the project, she doesn't know if her daughter will get the help she needs.
So it'll just be me at meetings trying to explain to people, that I'm just the crazy mom who's making things up. I don't have, the expertise behind me to advocate for services.
McConaughey says the project plans to appeal the cancellation, but they won't know if the funding will be reinstated for more than a month, leaving many families in limbo.
We believe our children still matter, that they're still humans, and that their quality of life is important. And without access to services and training and people who know and understand, we can't provide that for them.
Now, the Oregon Deaf-Blind Project wasn't the only advocacy group that received a letter. The Deaf-Blind Project of Washington, Wisconsin, and New England all received similar letters this last week. Reporting live in Northeast Portland, Spencer Shaw, Foxville, Oregon.
Spencer, thank you. Oregon